Am I live? I've never done this before. I have no idea. Oh, wait, I'm asking myself. I should know the answer to that question. Happy Wine Wednesday, everybody. I hope y'all can see me and hear me. Hey, Allison, I see you. Thank you for joining. Kathy, Viti, thanks for joining. Amanda, hey, I'm doing great, Amanda. Thank you. Louise, Nicole, my daughter's flight was canceled tonight. I'm sorry, Nicole. Hey, Miss Candris, how are you? Rhonda Butterball, how are you, darling? Fong, Kelly, hello, Kelly. Salutations. Nikki Ann, my friend, hello. Emmy, how are you? Stephanie and Dawn and Robin and Ames and Jen. Awesome. Stacia, how are you, darling? Kat, oh my God, the Cat Hill here is here, and Shayla's going to hate it that she's not here. All right, let's get this down a little bit. All right. Well, no, I like it kind of like that. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. I look like short stuff in here. I don't know. Well, how are y'all doing this evening? Yeah, Eve, it's so easy for me to go back to the romper room thing, but I'm not going to tonight. Shayla, they can see you in the window back here. They can see your whole profile. Yes, go away. You made me green screen now. Thank you. She wants to be on the broadcast so bad, but she wants to get the damn book done so bad, guys. So again, wait, where's my agenda? Where's my agenda? Where's my agenda? Oh, wait, I don't have one. So that makes a perfect sense. That makes the perfect sense. No, Shayla is not with us tonight. She is working on getting Wicked as Seduction finished. She is overdue. So we're going to give her a pass this week. Teresa, I'm so glad you're here. Teresa, you caught this one live and you just got me, so I send apologies. But hopefully you can hang around and have a good time too. Kelly, you like the push-ups? You know, I struggled to find a graphic for tonight. And I was like, okay, I've used a lot of other graphics before, but I said, which one looks good at the same time looks like, I don't know. So I saw that one that the baby and I did, and I liked that one, so we used it. Kat, I'm meeting expectations, right, Kat? No agenda. Dawn, she's working on Wicked as Seduction. We're going to talk about that. That's her next book in the Wicked and Devoted series that's coming out March 15th. It will come out March 15th, so there will be no missing of that date. She just got to get the damn book finished. Almost there. Yes, Eve. What? Okay, welcome, beauties. You are in the man cave, if you will. I hate that word. The inner sanctum. I like that word better, of the Boxcar Bill. Deep in the state of Texas, as you can see from my lovely Texas state flag back there. And of course, the seal for the United States of America back there. So, but anyway, welcome to the inner sanctum. We never get to have a broadcast from here, probably because we wouldn't fit very well. But I am so glad you guys are here. Susan, I remind you of your hubby. Well, I'm going to take that as a compliment. I'm sure it is. Yeah, exactly, Jan. I think when you see this, the walls are a little more stark. There's not as much color, which I like. You know, we're kind of black, we're kind of white, we're kind of dull tones. The only colors we have in here is the great state of Texas flag here. Yeah, thank you, Shannon. Yes, I know. You're missing me. Yeah, we're missing her. No, I know. Yes, Cat, Boxcar Headquarters, otherwise known as the headquarters of chaos. Those of you who remember that TV series, Get Smart, Chaos. Anyway, that's true, Louise. You do get to see my office in the virtual signings because I host and welcome everyone and make sure we work through all the technical issues, and then we bring the Shayla on once she finishes up with the last group. So. Where's your I listen sign? Yeah, exactly. Cone of silence, Jan. That's exactly right. The cone of silence, the cone of silence that never worked. Is the Shayla Black sign on the screen or on the wall behind you? No, that's on the screen. That's a virtual sign that my finger's going through right now. So no, that's a virtual sign. We have that on every broadcast, but sometimes you miss it because Shayla has so much crap going on behind her that you can't see it. Yes, right, Kat. Just the facts, ma'am. Another one of my favorite shows, Dragnet, by the way. I was tempted. I teased you guys. Tonight's broadcast was going to be all the things that Shayla never lets me get to talk about. So I was going to talk all about old classic TV. But then Shayla reminded me that since we're broadcasting to millions and millions of people, millions and millions of people may not be interested in it as much as I am. So I'm pulling that one back, but we'll talk about a bunch of other stuff. Jan, there are no tasting tonight, but I will share with you what we're cooking. Okay. And I even have recipes for you guys because right now it is downright frigid outside. Now, my friends in Canada and my friends up north, they know more about the cold than I do, but we are in for some chilly weather. Already having chilly weather. They canceled classes at TCU this afternoon, and it was getting pretty icy. So I drove down. Took me an hour and a half to get down to TCU. Picked up baby. I said, "Come on home, baby." So she's going to be home with us all weekend, and so she's off. She's actually working on homework right now, but. Kelly, yeah, monkey bread is the bomb. Monkey bread though is always only for our Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's celebrations. So we try to hold it to that. Yeah, Bob Ross, no pants, all lives, good topics. That's right, Kat. That's right. Yes, Fong. Once she reined me in, and I allowed it to be reined in. Oh wow, Jen, it's warm where you're at. Oh my gosh. Joe Biggs, yeah, Joe, it is cold. Yes, I mean, I know our local school district here canceled as well. So, we just have no infrastructure here, so we get a little bit of ice. The whole city comes to, or the cities come to a halt. We have not gotten the ice yet, Kathy. Just some, the bridges and overpasses are getting slippery. I did not tell Shayla this though, so don't tell her, okay? But my drive to TCU today, I'd say I got about a quarter of a mile there. The guy in front of me started spinning out, and I was headed right toward him. And I was like, holy, but thankfully he recovered and kept on going. So I was, that was my only close call on the drive down there. Joe, I'm with you, from t-shirts and flip-flops to parkas. I love winter. I love fall. I love winter. But I tell you, I'm missing my pool. I'm missing the outside parties. I'm missing the drinking outside, and I'm missing shorts and tank tops all the time. Of course, I kind of still wear that anyway, but what are you going to do? Yeah, our bloodhound. Yeah, exactly, Kat. It's Texas. We don't know quite what cold is, but you know what? I appreciate that Texas gives me a taste of about every season, and I appreciate that, and it's enough for me. Thank you. Who else? Oh, thank you, Delane. I appreciate that. Good to see you, Delane. She likes my shirt. I should remember to click on this stuff. I love my shirt too. I got it in white too. I was going to wear the white one tonight, but it was a bit nipply. So I didn't think that would probably be a good idea for the broadcast. So I chose not to. I seem to have a problem with that. It's chilly. What am I going to say? Okay. It's chilly. Vidi, it's 76 in Florida and you hate it. Well, I lived in Florida for 4 years, Vidi, and I hated it too. So it was just too damn hot for me. Gives just enough. Yeah, exactly, Joe. Exactly. We don't want a lot of. Oh no, I will never give up on classic TV, Jan. Those of you that don't know, and I the major faux pas that I correct Shayla on every week. Those of you that are new to the broadcast, my name is William Black. I am the not so significant other of the great, amazing New York Times bestselling author, mother, wife, daughter, what have you, called Shayla Black. And she is not with us tonight. For once, she's always with us every week, but she is working on deadline, and you get me tonight because we like to be with you guys, and I would feel bad if we weren't. Robin, I was in Mexico. I'll tell you a little story. I was in Cozumel with some friends, our last cruise, and that was the last stop on the cruise was Cozumel. And we did a private adults only beach day. It was all you can eat, all you can drink. My buddy and I were pounding them. The girls were having a good time. We met some people there. And and they were really nice. From what you know, for once you get a group of people together on an excursion, you don't expect to kind of click. We all clicked. We all drank so much. I might have well, let's just say that they all assigned us these little purple stickers to say what, because we have to like a cattle call basically to say what bus to get on to go to whatever excursion you're going on. Well, I might have found two that covered a few things. And anyway, I was a little drunk. I'm not responsible for it, but I'll never live down my purple sticker walk of shame when Shayla kept telling me, put a shirt on, put a shirt on. So anyway, Kathy, it was as true as the day is long, and Shayla will agree. And I'm probably cleaning it up a little bit because I was so drunk. Yeah, yeah, that's the story. That's the story. Thank you, Jen. I appreciate that. And I appreciate all of you being here. Alabama can't decide if it wants to be cold. Alabama, I've noticed with Alabama, it goes from one extreme to another, but I love the state. Charlie in a white t-shirt with chesticles available on OnlyFans. If only I could monetize it, Shannon. If only I could monetize it. Who you belong to, stickers return to ship. Yeah. Eve, if she had been rolling video, it was scary. It was scary. Pray we can find 40 flights to Miami or Ecuador. Miami would be awesome right now. Miami Beach. I see this guy I follow on YouTube, Barstool Sports. He's in Miami right now. He goes and does pizza reviews and stuff. But he is on Miami Beach. It looks like so much fun. It looks so crowded and so much fun, and everyone having a great time, and just that looks like a blast. Not sure I could afford to live there, but it would look amazing. No, they were not tassels, Tracy, and I don't think I would ever be drunk enough to wear tassels. But those stickers were. I can't be held responsible when I start drinking heavily, especially when it's alcohol that may not be top shelf and may be just a mixture of a bunch of different spirits and handed to me, and I just drank it like a fish. Oh, Teresa, 48 inches of snow. Oh my gosh. What do you do with the snow? Have you I don't what do you do? It just piles up, right? Yeah, it was 70, it was 14. It was 80 degrees earlier this week for us, and we were enjoying it. My glasses are off there. Here we go. Kelly, we're going on another cruise in that was it July, and I have a feeling there'll be a lot of video from that because we're bringing all the kids with us too, and I'm positive they'll want to embarrass us as much as possible. Oh, Kelly, that's terrible. I hope you're feeling better. I have been there. I have done that. And it's one of the most miserable things ever, which is why I drink water like a fish now. Water and coffee, and those are my only two drinks other than liquor on the weekends, probably. Hey, Regina. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah. I mean, Jen, we had a rough winter here last year. This year's been not so bad, so I can't complain. I can't complain about it. Thought I hit that. The city hall's away. Oh wow. Yeah, I remember living in Michigan and the snowplows would come by and just bury the cars on the side of the street. Kathy, we never thought of ourselves as cruisers, but I'll tell you this, it's like it's a vacation in a box, right? You have a place to come back to every night, and you get to see a new port. When we did, and we told you guys about this, Shayla and I and Lexi and her husband years ago did a cruise through the Baltics, and we hit Estonia, St. Petersburg, Russia. We started off in London, of course. Hit Copenhagen. Oh my God, what else did we hit? Finland. I mean, just countries I would never have imagined having a chance to see. And a cruise ship gives you that ability to kind of see that on one trip. It's busy, but boy, we have a good time every time we go. Every time we go, we have never been disappointed. Julie, that's awesome. Alaska sounds like a blast. That's still one of the places we'd like to go. Yeah, Jan, I love Barstool Sports. He's a pretty funny dude. The Prez, he's a pretty funny dude. Oh my gosh, that's terrible, Teresa. Ice chunks. Well, you know what, Kat? Exactly. Emotional support water bottles. Baby loves her TCU water bottle. She told me the other day, every time she goes out from go to class, that thing is full, and she puts it in her backpack and drinks from it proudly. So thank you. Yeah, after 4 years in the Navy, I can't imagine you would because yeah, my Marine nephew who's on a destroyer right now is a part of the amphibious unit who's actually getting ready to come back. Um, he's been on the ship for I want to say 6 months now, and I don't think he'll ever want to be back on a ship. But after 4 years in the Navy, I can imagine that a cruise just you don't even want to spell the word because it would be like work, I'm sure. Oh, that's awesome, Denise. Alaska is a place we would like to go to. If I go on an Alaskan cruise, one of the things I really want to do, and I told Shayla this, I want to helicopter up to the top of a glacier and stand on top of a glacier. She's not so big on it. I said, I'll go. So it's a blast. It's a blast. So we enjoy that. Well, guys, I wanted tonight to talk a little bit about a few things. So not only is it cold here, but I'm going to share some recipes with you, some things that we like to eat to keep the whole family warm. And it's kind of it's a filling thing. It's a healthy thing. Well, one of them is healthy. The other one's not so healthy. We've talked about these a little bit before, and I've also got the recipes I'm going to share with you guys as well. So thought you guys might be interested in that. I hope all of you received the newsletter that Shayla sent out. I think it was today. Was it today or yesterday? Today. Newsletter went out today. And that had an exclusive excerpt, as much as we could share right now, from Wicked is Seduction. And if you did not get the newsletter, you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to shaylablack.com. Or if you didn't receive your newsletter, just PM me in Facebook, because I know some of you are having some trouble receiving it, and I will forward it to you personally. So, but it has the special excerpt for Wicked is Seduction. Trees and Layla's story begins March 15th. And that's at retailers everywhere. So it's available for pre-order. It was a great newsletter, Kat. Thank you for that. Rachel and she put that together each time. And all I do is check the links to make sure they work. So that's the bulk of my input to it, but they're the creative behind it. And, we really made really tried hard. I want to say last year to make the newsletters a little more colorful, much more readable, and something to really kind of a little more personal. So you always see something personal from Shayla. And if you guys noticed at the bottom, Shayla did talk about some of the things we're doing at the house. We actually completed all the painting today. All the painting is done. I have a picture, but I'm not going to share it tonight because Shayla's going to want to share that when we get back with you guys, because by then we'll have, and of course, you guys know the second part of that we're doing is we're redoing our stairs, which have been in bad shape. We've renovated almost every room in our house, but the last two things were the painting in the front, in the family room, in the entryway, plus redoing our stairs. And the stairs are going to be beautiful, and we'll have all that done. And I can't wait to share that with you. Stephanie, just send me a DM or a PM, whatever the hell you call it, in Facebook, and I will send it over to you. Your heart was beating fast, Kelly. That's awesome. That's awesome. So yeah, if you didn't get the newsletter, DM me or PM me, whatever the hell it is, and I will send you the newsletter over. But we will share pictures. Shayla teased you at the bottom of the newsletter of what we're doing. It came out beautiful, guys. Shayla is so good at picking colors, and we have such nice contrasts in here. So we have kind of an overall theme, and then there's like these contrast walls throughout the house, and it came out beautiful. But we want to show that once we have all the stairs done as well. So I think you'll like it. It's going to be beautiful. And then I told Shayla, we're done. We're done. No more. Um, I'm renovated. I'm renovated out. I'm little project out. It's all over. Chomping at the bit for Trees in Layla's story. Yeah, Eve. She, like I've told you guys before, every book, heart and soul, heart and soul. Every book, there's tears and there's laughter. And I don't care. Sometimes you even look at the Forbidden Confessions. Most of that's a pretty upbeat book, but there's still some emotion to it, right? Very emotional. So I think, especially with the romantic suspense, she goes from highs and lows as she's writing, because these characters, from what she tells me, speak to her, and she can't write unless they're speaking to her. And I'm gonna diagnose that as sane. So we'll see how that works out. But again, March 15th, it's Wicked as Seduction. And by the way, if I had a note, where is my note? My screen's not big enough. If you guys can do me a favor and go to Goodreads, there's a list of the most anticipated romance novels coming out in March. If you could go vote for Wicked as Seduction, that would be awesome. And I'd really appreciate it. It's on Goodreads, and it's called The Most Anticipated Romances of March. If you guys could vote for Wicked as Seduction. Did I say Wicked as Sin? I meant Wicked as Seduction. That would be great. And again, that's coming out March 15th. Thank you. She wears her heart on her sleeve with each. Oh, every you guys have seen every facet of my wife if you've read all her books. You know her inside and out. You really do. You know her range of emotions, and believe me, she has a range of emotions. But it's incredible. I could never do what she does. Kelly, I asked for the link, and Shayla was trying to find it for me, and she couldn't. I think Jan found it. Jan, thank you. So here's the link for Goodreads, guys, and I appreciate that. So I'll leave it up there if you guys just want to cut and paste it. I don't know if it'll allow you to cut and paste or not, but this is the link right here. So thank you, Jan. I appreciate that. And again, as we talked about, Wicked as Seduction is in the Wicked and Devoted series coming out March 15th. But don't forget, and those of you that are new have never heard this, and maybe some of you have joined us and didn't hear this, but book 1 in the Wicked and Devoted series, Wicked as Sin, is free right now. And always with the caveat, the limited time. Wicked as Sin is available for free at all retailers or at shaylablack.com. So the ebook. So definitely make sure, if you haven't started your romantic suspense, Wicked and Devoted saga, storyline, series, starting off with 1 Mile in Brea and Wicked as Sin, go grab it now. And then Wicked Ever After is almost over, having it 50% off on the Shayla store. So you can get that ebook, book 2, the complete duet of 1 Mile in Brea, that 50% deal on the Shayla store. If you use code WICKED50, code WICKED50 on the Shayla store, you can get Wicked Ever After for half off the ebook. So awesome. Yeah, I mean, that Tracy, that sums it up wonderfully. I mean, it really is, and Kelly did the same earlier. She wears her heart on her sleeve, but if she hears that you guys as fans and readers are feeling the same emotions she is when she's writing these books, she's the happy camper. Happy camper. If you try to vote on a mobile device, you'll have to switch to the desktop. Why do they make it difficult for Jan? Why do they make it so difficult? First, in order to see the vote button, if you give her 5 stars, you also want to click want to read. It'll bump her. Oh, thank you, Jan. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll leave that up as well. I don't know why Goodreads makes it so hard. I like the people at Goodreads. Well, I don't want to show you guys that. You don't want to see that. Okay, okay, that's my agenda. So thank you guys for coming tonight. No, I'm kidding. So anyway, there's so much going on. There is so much going on. Wicked is Seduction coming out March 15th, and then she's turning right around and finishing up Wicked and Forever, which is the completion of Trees and Layla's story, which is coming out in April. So it's boom, boom, boom. And then we've got some cons coming up, which we've talked about. And next week, we're going to talk about, I'll have a pre-order for it. We're going to share with you guys the date for the virtual signing. We've got that firm now. And I'm right now building the pre-order for it. And those of you that are new to the virtual signings, we all get in Zoom rooms, and we basically do no more than 4 or 5 people at a time, or actually 3 or 4 people at a time. And Shayla can spend about 20, 25 minutes with everybody and then sign their books and just kind of have a good conversation. And we do that all day throughout. It's going to be on a Saturday. So like we've done before, but that we'll be announcing that here very, very soon. All that's been firmed up now. Thank you, Kat. I'm glad you are. Her books make me feel like maybe I will. Oh. Every emotion, right, Kelly? Every emotion. Now, Shayla, it's alleged that I have no emotions. It's alleged that I'm kind of like cardboard, just kind of nothing. But and I don't have much emotional bones in my body. I can be very emotional when I care about something. So, but when I do read her books, and the portions that I do read, and you guys are on me sometimes that I don't read all the books, but the portions that I do read, I can attest to that. She definitely gets to even the hardest and blackest heart, including mine. Stone cold Boxcar Bill. All right, cool. Well, I want to share with you guys the recipes. Let's jump to the recipes because I think you're going to like them. There's 2 recipes I want to share with you guys tonight. Now, one Shayla loves. The other one, baby, both of them. I'm sorry, let me back up a second. One is a main meal. The second is a dessert. Baby and Shayla both love each of these. And when it's cold and when it's chilly, and you just want something, you don't want just soup, but you want something that's a little more complex than that. This really, I think, fits the bill. Me tear up. Kathy, I don't know about that. I don't know. Maybe that's glycerin that I'm sticking in there just to show. Yeah, I mean, Kat, it's amazing. Go Dog Go has kind of been my reading achievement. But now Shayla's allowing me to branch out. Apparently, I'm learning new things. You can teach an old dog new tricks. Shh, Kelly, don't tell anybody. I'm supposed to be this rock, this hard edge. Don't tell everybody. Dating app for books. I'm going to write that down because I am actually right now I'm looking at trying to get her into a couple of other groups as well. Bookie Call. Okay, I'll look that up. Cool. Is that one? Is you have to slide or swipe right, swipe left? I don't know how that works, but I've tried. I try. I don't know the tenders. I don't know all those things. I stay off those things. I'm barely allowed on YouTube, and that's with a parental lock on there, so it works out. But anyway, I want to share with you guys the recipes. These are Shayla's favorite recipes. And I think you guys will like them. So I'm going to share them. Let's see if I can throw it up here. Boom, boom. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Can I do it like no? How do I do this? There we go. Okay. So the first one is Shayla's taco soup. Now, we may have talked about this before, but this is much more complex than a typical soup. And this is all homemade because if you can't do it homemade, why bother? And I already see that I misspelled saute. So just kind of live with it. But this is one of Shayla's favorites. And it's easy to do. It starts with 1 to 2 pounds of ground beef, a diced onion, Fiesta corn, Rotel, and those of you that aren't from Texas or the South, Rotel's a can of diced tomatoes and green chilies, and there's different variations of heat that you can go with that. A can of tomato sauce, 3 cans of Mexican chili beans. I like the mixture beans with the sauce, which comes in the can. A package of taco seasoning, a package of ranch dressing mix, 1.5 cups of water. Excuse the misspelling, but the first step you do, I make them so I know. So I saute my onions, and I season those with pepper and salt. And then I add my beef, and then I brown my beef. At that point, then you just throw the rest of the ingredients in. Again, the cans, the corn I tend to drain first, but the Rotel and the chili beans, and of course, tomato sauce, all that just goes in as it is. And you just simmer that for about an hour because you could say half an hour, be ready to go. You could say 45 minutes ready to go, but you want those flavors to blend. Now, based on your heat level, you can always add a few more things to that, right? I mean, you could add some diced chipotle peppers in there if you wanted. But I find a lot of folks can it's pretty warm as it is with the chili beans and with the Rotel, and then folks can always season it as they serve up. But at the end, when you're about 10 minutes out, I like to create a slurry. And if you guys don't know what a slurry is, it's where the traditional slurry is a cornstarch and water, and you put that in a bowl, mix it together, and it's a slurry. And whenever you're going to thicken a sauce, you never want to just put the cornstarch in. You want to mix it with water first, get it good and mixed in, and then kind of gently add it as you're stirring. And then let that cook. And for this one, I don't like to use cornstarch. I like to use masa. And masa is the flour, or I guess a flour mixture that's used for making flour tortillas. So I use that instead of the cornstarch, but cornstarch is fine. There's really no flavor difference. But you mix that in there and you stir it, and you stir it in, fold it in, I should say. And then I let it cook another 10 minutes. And that will thicken your sauce. It'll thicken the soup. It's awesome. And of course, I garnish it at the end with sour cream, lime wedges, and cilantro. It's fresh cilantro, of course, always fresh. And then one of the side dishes that we have with that, I'll serve when I can, is cornbread. I think cornbread goes perfectly with this soup. Perfectly with this soup. Of course, with a lot of butter too. So I love cornbread. I love cornbread. But this is one of those soups that will keep for days. This makes a ton of soup and will keep for a long time. Now, what you can do is you can swap out the water with chicken stock if you want, like a low sodium chicken stock. But you've got so much going on in here. I think you're fine with just water. But you just kind of go with your flavor. But yeah, I think I know. Nicole, you don't like cilantro, and Dan, I think you as well. So Oh, Kathy, cornbread is life. Cornbread is life. My grandmother used to make cornbread in a cast iron skillet. And this was in there'd be some cracklings in it, and it would be a dense cornbread, but it was so good. Shayla likes the sweeter cornbreads. I like the more traditional cornbreads. My granddad used to mix up cornbread in his glass and then pour buttermilk or milk inside it and eat that. Of course, we're from North Carolina, so we do a lot of things, but a lot of you may have heard that. I never got into that, but I like my cornbread with butter, and that's me. Oh, Kathy, a slurry. The slurry is a typical slurry is when you want to thicken a sauce, you're going to take cornstarch and water, mix them together, and it just basically a slurry. It's kind of it's a soupy kind of white mixture, if you will, that you just kind of add to the sauce and fold it in or stir it in as you're going, because you don't want to add just pure cornstarch or any kind of thickening agent like powdered, because it will clump, right? So that's what a slurry is. So instead of using cornstarch, what I'm suggesting here is masa, but it's up to you. You can do what you'd like. Yes, the crust. I don't know how you pronounce it, Jan. Shayla loves the what do you got? Is it the crusties cornbread? I don't know how to pronounce that, but she likes the honey cornbread. She likes the sweet stuff. And guess what? I bought her 2 boxes, so she's good to go. I will take good care of her. Eve, you're right. Butter. Now, what kind of butter, guys? What kind of? Well, how did this become a cooking show? It should be a cooking show, but it is. It's my show, so we're doing it. Butter, we've talked about this before, Kerrygold. There is one butter that I have found, and again, I only found this last year. Kerrygold butter is the bomb. And to me, it adds so much flavor. It's expensive, but boy, I don't do it for everything. But when I'm going to do something special, it's always with Kerrygold butter. Yeah, exactly. Kathy, right. Not flour and water. It's like cornstarch and water. Because yeah, it's not flour and water, right? Now the masa is a flour type, but it creates a really good slurry. So, but you know what? Just to be on the safe side, just use cornstarch and water, and you'll be fine. You'll be fine. It just thickens the entire piece. I love Jiffy cornbread too, Kathy. Kat, I do too. I love it as well. Irish butter is the bomb, Jan. Irish butter is the bomb. We're going to talk about that here in a minute with the dessert. Land Lakes is good too. I agree, Julie. Is there anything wrong with butter? Oh, yeah, Kathy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I found the Kerrygold butter at Sam's, and I think Costco had it too. So I can get a little better price there for that when I buy a bunch. Ah, Delane, that's it. Okay, it was regular milk. I just never got into that. I remember as a kid, my granddad doing that, and he loved it. He loved it. Tabitha, you're right. It's like a roux. Slurry is like a roux. Well, no, not yeah, it is. It is like a roux. It's more substantive than a roux. You typically have more volume in a slurry than you do a roux, but yeah, kind of same concept. True, Robin, not to be confused. And they actually, Louise, they not only have it in sticks, they also have it in the solid pieces too. I don't know why you would ever use a big ass solid thing of butter, but they have it in that as well. Masa makes great food. Yep. Oh, Amanda will. I love masa. I use that with my chipotle chicken chili as well for my thickening agent for that as well. I haven't become more adventurous with making other things with masa, which I could. I'm a sucker for fresh homemade flour tortillas. I am just I don't think there's one of the things and put butter on. There's just not much better than that. Um, Fine, you don't need to use the ranch dressing mix. It's just flavor. Exactly. It's just flavor. You can use other seasonings. I don't think you'll miss anything without the ranch dressing. But that's just one of the things that came with the recipe that we used, and we just never messed with it. So I think you'd be fine without it. Okay, so that's Shayla's taco soup. Now, we borrowed this recipe, I think, from Weight Watchers at one time and kind of added a couple of things to it. So technically not Shayla's, but you know what? We'll just lay claim to it. We had a lot of recipes from Weight Watchers back in the day when we were on Weight Watchers, and they had a lot of good recipes, but sometimes you kind of had to help them out from a flavor perspective. So, okay, so here we go. So the next recipe, how do I get to the next recipe? Oh, here we go. Dessert. This is Boxcar's peach dump cake. We talked about this, I think it might have been last Wine Wednesday or Wednesday before last. We were hunting. We had a bunch of friends over and we were partying and drinking and we knew we'd be a little inebriated. So we're trying to figure out a dessert or food that we couldn't screw up, right? Well, we talked about, we did 2 dump cakes. One was a chocolate pudding cake, which was pretty good. But this one brought the house down, Boxcar's peach dump cake. Now, I put Boxcar on there. Now, the Pioneer Woman might have had a little something to do with this, but I might have changed it up a little bit enough so we avoid any copyright issues. But this is so good, guys, and it's so easy. Peach cobbler is the bomb. And you can do this with any fruit you want, right? But this is so easy, and that's exactly what I'm all about. Oh, thank you. So you start off with 2 cans of peach pie filling. And of course, I use this one because it was the only one available at the Kroger. So just peach pie filling. Yeah. Premium. Now you could use fresh peaches. You could use, I wouldn't use the sliced peaches in syrup. I don't think that would be as good in the high fructose syrup. I like it in this. And granted, you're probably having a little bit more sugar with it, and you probably have a few more you definitely have a lot more sugars in it. But you know what? You're having cobbler. You're having basically a poor man's cobbler. So just go with it. But that's what I use for the peach filling. That's a 1 pound can. I use 2 of these. So I get basically a baking dish, a rectangular baking dish. And then of course I spray it because I'm always cleaning it up too. So I want easy cleanup. So I grab 2 cans of peach pie filling. You can use blackberries as well, blueberries. You could do cherries and pineapple. That's a good combination. You do 1 cherries and 1 pineapple. That's really good. Crushed, by the way. But we'll stick with peach pie filling right now. So peach pie filling, a box of yellow cake mix, just the box. Duncan Hines, Betty Crocker, what have you, just yellow cake mix. I find the yellow cake mix a little moister than a white cake mix. I don't know why, just kind of my history with it. Kathy, you're right. You could use apple. Exactly. These are fun too. You're exactly right, Kat. They're fun to do and they're tasty. Then I make sure I have 1.5 sticks of butter, or as I like to call them, butter. Wait, that's Paula Deen. Sorry. I know way too many cooking shows. And that's, of course, Kerrygold butter because we're doing it right. And then brown sugar. And I didn't add on here as well. I'd have some cinnamon to go with it too. So this is how you do it. You get your rectangular baking dish. You Pam it up, non-stick cooking spray. And then I empty both cans of this into that dish. Spread it out, done. Then I take a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. This is my little adding. And then I sprinkle that brown sugar all over the mixture. I'm getting hungry now. Yeah, I see that. Then we open our yellow cake mix. That's what we do. We open our yellow cake mix, just the powder. We're not going to mix this with anything. We're not mixing a thing. We're take nothing because otherwise you get peach cake. We don't want peach cake. Okay. We're going for a dump cake. We're doing for our version of a cobbler. So you just open up the plastic shitter and then you evenly pour it over the peach mixture. It's on top. Don't mix it with the peaches. Pour it over the top and take a spoon and just kind of spread it out on top so it's nice and even. Done, right? Then you take your Kerrygold butter. It is super easy, Kelly. It's super easy. Then Kerrygold needs to hire us for their commercials. Exactly, Kathy. Exactly. And we're available to be contacted at shaylablack.com. You take that butter and you cut the butter into equal pats and place them on top of the cake mix. So you just cut them on pats and just evenly place them throughout the thing. I say 1.5 sticks of butter. It depends on how big your baking dish is, but I cover the damn thing, right? At that point, then I take another quarter cup of brown sugar, sprinkle that on top, and then I take just a little bit of maybe a tablespoon of cinnamon and kind of sprinkle that over as well. Some people use cinnamon sugar and put that over there, but I'm a brown sugar fanatic, so I don't mind doing it separately. Do not mix it up. Once that's done, throw it in the oven, 350, 375 for 45 minutes. Just watch it until it's golden brown. Once it's golden brown, you'll see it bubbling underneath. It'll be, you want to get it nice and brown on the top. Sometimes I'll broil it at the very end, a very light broil, just to get a really good brown on top, because I had my rack was too low. I should have had it a little bit higher, but I get a nice golden brown on top. Let it sit for maybe 10 minutes, and then dig in with some vanilla bean ice cream or some cinnamon ice cream. You ever had cinnamon ice cream? It's the bomb. And voila, you have Boxcar's peach dump cake. Layer like lasagna. You're right, Robin. No mixing necessary. It is super easy, Kelly. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, Jan, for sharing that. And thank all of you for voting and rating Wicked as Seduction. I appreciate that. We're trying to push that book up, up, up. And anything you guys can do to help us, we appreciate it. If you've already done it, thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Tres Leches cake. Oh, I love Tres Leches cake, Amanda. Oh, that's amazing. There's so many good desserts out there. I just wanted something easy, right? Kathy, I love my broiler. I love broiling things because I watch it like a hawk, because you have to watch it like a hawk. You guys remember I talked about the Parmesan chicken that I cook for the family? And it's a dish that we learned from this German family when we lived in Hawaii when I was a kid. And now I've kind of modified a little bit, but it is the favorite dish. It's the go-to dish of our family. We love it. And it's one of those things that's just, it's easy to do, easy to put together, but I have trouble browning it on top sometimes. So what I'll do is I'll just generously use my broiler, or the Greek yogurt chicken I may have talked about before. Broiling on top, but you got to watch it like a hawk, because that freaking Greek yogurt and the Parmesan cheese that you have on top will burn quick. So you got to watch that. Thank you, Nicole. Virginia, yeah. I mean, it even has a pop top lid, so you can't go wrong with that, right? Now, I will say there was another. I mentioned I did a chocolate pudding bunt dump cake for Shayla at the same time, so she had two desserts that night for everybody we had over, and that was really good as well. And it was very easy to do too. I can even share that later if you guys want. But the peaches, it just stole the show. Just stole the show. Louise, I love my air fryer. That night when it was Super Bowl, I think it was Super Bowl is what we were doing. That's what we're doing. And I bought some chicken sausages at Sam's, and they were honey habanero. I have never had a better sausage. It was so good. You know how I cooked them? I cooked them in my air fryer. I bought I bought the Ninja XL Foodie, I think. And I don't, and again, I watch things, right? And that's kind of how I cook. I'm pretty good at knowing when things are done and timing to get a bunch of stuff done at the same time. But the chicken sausages cooked in the air fryer were incredible. And they were so tasty, so tasty. I just didn't want to fire up the grill. I really didn't. Kelly, I didn't think, I was wondering about the honey habanero, and there's like two other flavored sausages in there we haven't tried yet, but those were so good. Everyone ate them all up. They were gone. They were gone. And they were chicken sausages, so they weren't so bad, right? Kathy, I appreciate that, but I do not make pumpkin pies. To me, I will sell out and I will go buy Costco's pumpkin pie every time. I think Costco makes the best pumpkin pie. Number one for the money, and number two for volume. And it's so good. So I don't make pumpkin pies. I probably could, but I probably don't have the patience for it. I am a key lime pie sucker though. Love key lime pie. Ah, perfect. Perfect, Cat. Yes. I love roasting veggies too. We had that. What did we have for Super Bowl? We had the chicken sausages, and I had the traditional. I think I cooked everything in the air fryer. Everything we had, I did in the air fryer, with the exception of Shayla's queso, and she made an amazing queso blanco that day, with Potter sausage, Potter breakfast sausage, the hot stuff. Always got to go hot when you go sausage. Um, that came out wrong. Anyway, Julie, I can't beat. I've never found a better store-bought pumpkin pie in my life. Kelly, you got to have good key lime pie. And I can't tell you where to have it. But if it's green, run away. Okay? That's my rule of thumb with key lime pie. If it's green, run away. Most good key lime pie is a creamy texture. It's more of a it's more like a cream. It's a cream pie color. So with a little hint of lime look, but the flavor, yeah. If it's pure green, they're using food coloring, and you don't want that. Oh, am I? Oh, I'm still tiny. Okay, thank you. I'm back. I'm back. Yeah, thank you, Jan. It's like a custard. Thank you. Exactly. It's like a custard. Off white. You're right, Kathy. It's off white. Pistachios? I don't know. Kelly, I don't know that I've had many pistachios. I'm not real sure. But it's not it I don't think it would be like a pistachio. It would be very citrusy, with a little kick of tartness to it, but mellowed with the sweetness of the dairy that's in the pie. Oh my God. I think I think that worked out well. I think one of our stops on the next cruise is Key West. We went to Key West one time, and I got suckered into standing in line at this place called the Best Key Lime Pie in America. And it was called the Key Lime Pie Factory. So I said, Shayla, I have to try this. Well, I should have known there was a problem when I saw people in front of me getting specimen cups of pie. Should have warned me, but I got it, and it sucked. It sucked. So if you're going to have key lime pie, it's got to be a homemade key lime pie. Someone that knows what they're doing, or at a higher end restaurant, because they know what they're doing. Julie, I've never had a key lime martini. That does sound good. Ooh, key lime cheesecake. Oh my gosh. That does sound good. Yeah, Eve, I've not eaten a thing tonight, but yeah, I may have to have a half a protein bar before I go to bed. I don't know. Okay. I had one more thing to share with you guys. Okay. So I put an extra slide in here. But it's not a recipe. We always talk about Shayla at the gym, right? Well, I got an action shot the other day. I think she looks pretty damn awesome. That's her on the bench press. And I forget how much weight she had on her at that point, but she was pumping it, and you can see she keeps the earbuds in her ear. She's always listening to an audiobook or listening to one of her books throughout the entire thing, or a YouTube broadcast. But she's not very vocal between myself and our trainer, but so he and I tend to pick up the slack there. But I thought this was a cool action shot. She's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Love my girl. All right. Well, guys, I think that's about all I had to talk about tonight. I drove for 3 hours today, so I'm tired. Are you guys tired? I hope you guys had a good day. Shayla is working hard to get Wicked Seduction done. We're going to have that done here shortly. And geez, we got a lot of other stuff going on too. But very, very soon, probably by early next week, we'll be announcing the virtual signing date and the links to sign up for that. So I just got to get all that set up. But we are firm, and it's going to be in May, and it will be on a Saturday. That's what I'll say for sure. I appreciate every one of you showing up tonight, joining me tonight, staying with me tonight, sharing the time with me tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you. We both appreciate you. Baby's up doing homework. Shayla's in her office, and the cats are still freaked out, so I got to go calm them down from all the painters being here. But we'll have an eventful evening tonight. I hope all of you have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you next week. Take care, guys. Oh, wait, I have to play me out. Wait a minute. Where's my song? Wait, where's my music? Okay. Cue. There we go. There we go. Okay. All right. Pretty good for a 26-year-old guy, huh? Anyway, yeah, I know. No comment out of you, Eve. Take care, guys. Love you. Bye-bye.